One of the things that people on the left are saying, oh, if you deport all the illegal immigrants there, who's gonna pick up your potatoes? And if they are gone, nobody gonna fill those jobs because there will be voids, and no American citizen or green card holder would be okay with picking up the potatoes. Also, then you are complaining about the prices, but if you do that, so in order either they have to import from other countries because nobody's gonna pick up the potatoes, or they have to raise the price so they could get somebody, they could hire somebody, and then it's gonna result to the spike in the price, or not even a spike, the price gonna go up, and it's gonna be established over there. And so they say, what's your problem? Like, why are you doing that? So don't you want everything to be cheap? And you're gonna have the cheap potato, you're gonna have the cheap everything grocery, and they're gonna have a better future. There are a couple of problems with that. In other sessions, in other episodes, I'm gonna go into other aspects of it in detail. But right now, I just want to talk about the economic reason, like something. It's very ridiculous if you know a little about the economic. Not even, it's just common sense. You could understand. The thing is happening over there is those big corporations, they're super greedy. Like it shows like how left they are contradicting themselves, because in one hand they're against the billionaires and millionaires, and they say, oh, tax the rich, eat the rich. But then at the same time that they are against the billionaires, but also now they are worried about the billionaires, they're gonna go out of the business. Which one is it, right? So actually, if those billionaires go out of the business, those small businesses, they're gonna fill the gap. So it's actually the left should celebrate that, because they want everybody should be in middle class. They are basically socialists, and actually it helps them. So you cannot have both of them. You cannot have both ways. In one hand, you are worried about the big billionaires going bankrupt. In other hand, now you want to eat the rich, tax the rich. But anyway, that was inside a parenthesis. The thing is happening, it's like, so the big corporation, they are hiring all these illegals, right? And they're paying them less, no insurance, no nothing. And because of that, they can offer the cheaper price for the grocery, for the products, right? And they say if the illegals are out, they need to hire somebody else, like the legals. But legals wouldn't do that job with the same amount of wage as illegal immigrants did. So they need higher wages. So corporation needs to raise the wage to hire those people, those legal, to do the job that illegals used to do. But then in that case, so the price, the cost gonna go higher for them, because now they are paying more for insurance, for salary. So now they have to add it to the price, the final price. So we, the people, the consumer, gonna suffer by paying more. Couple of things. One of them is eventually it should be fixed. It's like you got hit by a bullet, and now the bullet is in your body. And if you take the bullet out, it's gonna bleed. But say, well, since it's gonna bleed, so I'm not gonna touch it, because if I take the bullet out, it's going to be super painful, and also I'm going to bleed. So that's a very irrational and not very smart and bright way of reasoning. Eventually, it should be done. So this is not healthy way of relying on illegal immigrants. Let's say one day America has a flood, earthquake, something bad happens, everybody is leaving, and now we don't. All the illegals are going back to their country because they said we came in here for economical reason. Let's say there is the economic crisis, like something like the 2008, and they say, well, it's not worth it anymore. We got to go back to country. And now, since our entire economy was relying on illegals, now if they are gone for whatever reason it is, I don't care, then what happens is now they are gone, we are gonna suffer. We are gonna have no grocery because nobody's there to do the job. So that's not very sustainable, not very healthy way of operating the country, running the country, based on relying on those people that you basically, that was no invitation. You just showed up, they came to you, and you accepted. It's very random. And if something happens, it changes the equation, it's over. Everybody's screwed. That's what one. Like just because like, oh, if I stop drinking alcohol, I'm gonna feel bad, I'm gonna feel like horrible. Eventually you should do that. This is not the way of running the country. Just because, like, I'm saying short term pain is okay as long as in long term we're gonna fix something. That's for one. For the second, no, it won't happen. And the reason that it doesn't happen, it's obvious. Because, well, think about that. Illegals are out. Now the big corporation, they need to hire somebody to do the job for them. But legals, like citizens, they won't do that job with the same wage as illegals. So now the big corporation had to have to the big corporations have to raise the wage, right? So somebody people would accept that it's worth it for them, and they go there with insurance, with everything. And now big corporations say, oh, okay, now I'm paying more, so I'm gonna add it to the cost of the grocery. That's why I'm saying national capitalism is the solution, because it shouldn't be completely socialist, as not like government controls everything, every aspect. Like Mamdani was saying, we have to control the price in the grocery, which is really nonsense. Neither it should be super free, like a kind of like extreme libertarian view, like those libertarians, they have no involvement of government, that cause eventually basically how to say, uh, nobody's controlling, nobody's stopping the monopoly. So there should be some level of control to make sure there's no monopoly, but it shouldn't be too much control that take out the creativity, and people say, well, it's not worth it for me, no matter how many times I'm trying with this over-regulation and over-taxing, I'm not going to make anything. So individuals lose their motivation to create something, to be innovative. None of them. So in middle, which is national capitalist. So be capitalist, care about yourself, go make your money free market, but also make sure the way that you are making money is making you richer and also make country better, greater. If we do that, so many of those multinational corporations that they don't basically, United States is just a headquarters. You see, they are all over the place in the whole world. Like they are like a globalist corporation, basically, multinational corporations. We're gonna stop them because now they are one of the reasons that Americans cannot find a job is because they are competing with everybody else outside, because those multinationals, they are hiring somebody from Indonesia with lower price compared to us. But if there is a nationalistic rules behind the capitalism, it says go make money as much as you want, but make sure like you put America first. And in that case, when we do that, first we're going to put a penalty on those big corporations. They say for so many years you have been hiring illegals instead of legals. So now the market is addicted to the cheap price. So it is your fault. It is your problem, not the American people. So if you want to play smart and you want to raise the wage for raise the price, since you are hiring for legal citizens compared to illegals, that's totally fine. But let's not forget that you hired illegals, which is breaking the law in the first place. So we're gonna put you to the jail, we're gonna make your corporation go bankrupt. So which one is that? Either we're gonna forgive you as long as you don't raise the price. So what's it's gonna happen, you're just gonna make less money. Let's say instead of making $1 billion per year, you're gonna make $500 million. It's not bad. It's not that bad. It's still a lot, but that $500 million that you are making less is because you keep the price the same. At the same time, you are paying legals, citizen, higher price, fair price, so they could do the job that illegals used to do. So you have to sacrifice some portion of your profits. And why? Because you betrayed America by hiring illegals. So if you want to play a smart, to say, okay, I'm going to raise the price, that's okay. But remember, we can put you into the jail by breaking the law by hiring. So something that Trump was saying, like, yeah, these hotel owners and these farmers, they were telling me, oh, we need these illegals. I said, how do they dare to even talk to you? Like, they are, look, they are not afraid of anything that you could do to them, but just admitting, yeah, we are breaking the law by hiring illegals, and then we don't have anybody to replace them. The main conversation in here should be, why did you hire them in the first place? Not you complaining right now, oh, if I don't hire illegals, I don't have anybody to do the job for me. It is your fault. It is your problem. So I think there should be some level of punishment for corporations that they have been hiring illegals, that they cause the market to be addicted to this cheap price without hiring legal. And then in 1 year or two, when they hire legals, a citizen with for the same job with a higher pay, and they're gonna cut off some portion of their profits, but still they're gonna make money, but not as much as they used to. What happens in the end is, like, after 2 or 3 years, the market gonna regulate, gonna balance its price. So everything gonna regulate itself. Like, the beauty of capitalism is it balances itself, and it's gonna happen after 1 or 2 years, I guess. When it happens, then again, you can make more money. So, but for 2, 3 years, big corporation gonna sacrifice because they hire illegals. If you play smart, we're gonna play smart back and put you to jail. So I think that's very stupid way of saying, oh, I'm not gonna take the bullet out of my body because it's gonna bleed. Eventually, illegals should be out. Legals should fill the job, and big corporation, we're gonna give them penalty. They're gonna pay the fine, or gonna go bankrupt, or put them to jail. What, we take any action which is necessary to make sure they are not raising the price by not socialistic ideology, but by saying you broke the law by hiring illegals in the first place, so now you're gonna cut the portion of your profit. So instead of making $1 billion per year, you're gonna make $500 million. It still is a lot, but you make half that. That $500 million less is because of you are paying more with benefit to the legals to do the job for you, and also you are not raising the price. That's the only way you are not going to end up going to the jail. If we do that, then we're going to win. If we're just going to play this stupid game, oh, think about that, they came for the better future, oh, how dare you, look at them, they're crying, they're getting separated from their family, blah, 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 oh, who's going to pick up the potato, oh, everything going to be more expensive. I mean, the problem is with Trump administration is not serious. If he was serious, he should have gone to those hotel owners and said, how dare you talk to me to convince me let illegals work for you? Why did you hire them in the first place? You're gonna hire illegals and you're not gonna raise the price, and you're gonna cut your portion, or else. I mean, he's not even serious right now. Amnesty is like, are you serious? He's gonna give it, like, man, this administration that we voted for is just going too soft. Just basically, the kind of difference between Kamala and Trump at this point is just their skin color and also their gender. Like, instead of going after these illegals, well, I mean, also the farmers are not my biggest concern. They are just those criminals. But it still doesn't mean just because we have to go first at criminal with the, criminals, I'm saying like gang members, drug traffickers, all those people, like those dangerous people. Doesn't it mean that other people, peaceful illegals, shouldn't be deported? But yes, they shouldn't be our first priority, because at least right now they are giving benefit. Still, they are doing the job, doing the work. So at least they can stay longer while we are busy deporting these dangerous people. So yeah, I mean, I don't think right now we should go to Home Depot, kick the people out, because at least they are giving benefit to some as small business owner, some big corporation, or the American people, the consumer, for paying less price because they are getting paid less. The final cost is gonna be less because of them, for consumer. But it's still, but I'm saying, like, you have to go after those illegals who are criminals. But then after, we can see what we can do with them. But in general, if we go tough on big corporation to make sure that the only way they're gonna be forgiven, they are not gonna face any penalty, is to not raise the price for 2-3 years until everything regulates itself, nothing gonna be fixed. That's for today. I hope you enjoyed the show. Like always, as above, so below.